Look who's here, just in time for Goth Tarot. Welcome to Goth Tarot. Yes, baby. TFT Tarot for today. Divine Dabblings with Oberon and Banshee. And this is me, Oberon, with Goth Tarot. My weekly short look for the collective into the shadow, darker issues of our lives, how we think or process about them, and how we use them to find better in our lives. Hopefully. We do this reading with 3 different decks, several cards involved. We read from the Crow's Magick Tarot, and then we read from the Gothic Tarot, and then finally the Night Sun Tarot. So I'm going to start first with our Crow's Magick Tarot. And most of the time I tend to pre-shuffle cards, and then I'll shuffle them a little bit for camera's sake, credibility's sake, however you want to look at that. Our first card comes from the Crow's Magick Tarot, and it is the Dark Gift, the insights or wisdoms that you receive from your dark philosophies, and how you view the matters of life and death, and how you possibly can share those values with others. And so we have the Page of Coins, and it's upright. And I think this means that we have a mystical intuition that maybe is geared towards the sense of shadow, in that we appreciate the cycles of fate that maybe work against us, because we're always still looking for knowledge, and as a darker shadow person, we're looking for secret knowledge, and these are the gifts that we can share with others if we find that it is appropriate, or if we know actually how to share that not maybe all of us are able to speak to it the same way. So now we're going to go to our next 2 cards, which represent the dark struggle. challenges or limitations will give you insights into others' darkness. And what lessons can you learn from those burdens, obstacles, or obsessions that you find? Three of Pentacles, upright. Six of Pentacles, reversed. Your challenge is to not desire the admiration or praise of others so much, perhaps. Rather, you want people to understand where your sadness or dark emotions come from, and that you don't seek great gain for yourself, great acknowledgement of your talents. You want more understanding. And it's in that ability or inability to truly bring that forth that brings where your struggle is. Perhaps when you explore that, you realize that to some degree all of us have that sacred wound, that thing that happened maybe long ago and has kind of given us a hurt that is very hard to heal from. And so it's more than just having people acknowledge your being, it's also for them to understand where your healing still needs to happen. So now we're going to turn to the Night Sun Tarot for our final three cards. The Dark Truth, the Dark Sacrifice, and your Dark Redemption. And we use the three decks, and we use a pyramid formation. The first deck has one card, the second deck has two cards, and then this final deck has three. So we want to think of that as creating or working with your foundation, either from the top or the bottom. What is your dark truth this week? What is your reality that is oppressive yet insightful? And it's the Chariot. And this speaks to your ambitions, your wishes and goals to take on new challenges or maybe forge ahead in new directions. Perhaps you don't always find that you're as ambitious or feel as capable of taking on certain challenges or tasks. And so that's the oppressive reality of it. But as the card clearly demonstrates, you really do have these abilities. So it's mostly about you accepting them, the dark truth, and proceeding from there. So then we have the dark sacrifice. It's the Page of Wands reversed. What sorrow will you bear, and how will that make you judge yourself? You may feel you were brought here in no particular time mode, maybe just for what's going on this week, to stand witness to the idea that, I hear rain, the growth you've been waiting for, the message telling you some progress was happening, was not happening. And it brings a lot of pain because there was an expectation here that this message or the information coming to you was really going to create a new flow of energy that would kind of pick you up and change things. But now there seems to be some problems with that. Maybe there's something you're waiting for that hasn't happened yet, most likely a message or some information or something even tangible that was going to affect this. And so you're kind of getting down on yourself for this because you feel it was your fault. And that fact is actually not known yet. So we're gonna look at the final card then. And that is the Queen of Wands, upright. The final realization. And the Queen of Wands says there's a higher power there. There's something that's truly energizing and engaging. There's a magnetic, growthful situation or personality or energy or essence that, even though channeled through a more shadow emotional aspect, can really reach across and be definitive with our ambition, the Chariot, and the acknowledgement that we don't really need praise, we just need understanding for where we've been and how we're moving ahead. And so, going all the way back to the beginning then, it's your dark gift. It's really about how you communicate those things, whether they are ambition or whether they're just the quest for knowledge and for understanding and information. And so I think that the war between the upright Page of Coins and the reverse Page of Wands, it's your inner social butterfly magnet, high-powered, everybody wants to be this person. Queen of Wands is your redemption. So look to your brightest aspects and forge your way through the darkness. Coming soon, I'm going to do a review of a special tarot deck as my special episode of Goth Tarot, and I will be looking at the Murder or A Murder of Crows deck. And there's two versions, and I happen to get the more limited version, so it's actually signed and numbered. It's a gorgeous deck. It's very speaking of crow magic and crow dark issues. So I'll be happy to do an unboxing and general review of it, and that'll probably be in the next several weeks or so. So once again, thanks for joining me at Goth Tarot, and thank you.